Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Toni for those who don't know me, and this is my YouTube channel. And for today's video I'm going to be doing a Kat Von D versus Australis AC On Tour contour kit. I recently just got this palette here, and I really wanted to do like a review slash comparison video on another palette. And the only other contour palette I have is the AC On Tour contour kit. I will link my review for this product down below. I did a video of this a while back. So yeah, if you guys want to see my review and comparison of these two products, just keep watching. So as you can see, I've done all of my base, and now I'm going to move on to these two bad boys. So this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and as you can see it looks like that. So you've got like 3 highlight shades and then 3 contour shades, which is very similar to the Australis one, which looks more like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. But you've got your 3 shades down, 3 highlight shades down here, and then your 3 contour shades up there. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the Kat Von D side on this side, because I actually find it very hard to get a sharp contour on this side. So I was like, well, I'll make it a little bit fairer and I'll use the better one, well, more expensive one on my tricky side to see if that it will work better, and then I'll use the Australis one side on my normal good side. So I'm going to start off with the Kat Von D one, and I'm going to be going in with that shade there, and I'm going to be putting that under this eye here, and this is just a shimmer tulip brush by TNBeauty, and I'm going to dab it under my eye back and forward, because this apparently helps prevent creasing, which is, you know, what I'm all about. I'm also going to pick up a little bit more and then just bring it down a little bit lower, using that same back and forward patting motion. And also just up under the lid. Let's move on to the Australis one. So I'm going to be going in with the middle shade there, which is like the banana shade, and use that same pattern back and forward motion. So straight away I can see that this powder is a lot more pigmented, and it's like a lot more, you know, say brightening. It's a little bit more powdery, and it's kind of like catching my skin a bit more than on the Kat Von D side. So I'm going to say that the Australis side is a lot more brightening, but the Kat Von D side looks a lot more natural, and it doesn't look as cakey as this side. I'm not saying that this side looks overall cakey, but it does look a lot more cakey than this side, if that makes any sense. Alright, now moving on to the contour, I'm going to start off with the Kat Von D side. Just going in with this shade here. I didn't actually realise these have names. So I'm going in with Shadow Play. So I'm just going in with a little TNBeauty bronzer brush, which is like a little angle brush. And I'm picking up a little bit of product and then tapping it off so it's not too much. I'm also going to bring that up around my temples and under my jaw. And this is kind of just the routine that I would normally do when I'm contouring my face. So I'm just going in with a tiny bit more product just to sharpen up that line a little bit. And I'm kind of curving like a very subtle C shape. Now moving on to the Australis palette. As I said, I'm going to go in with that middle shade and pick up about the same amount of product and I have found that from this palette in the past that it can be quite patchy and muddy, so it's better to start off with a small amount of product and build it up rather than going with a whole lot and then just ending up with a big muddy pool. So very lightly. And it's a lot harder to blend as well. So I'm just going to sit here and try and blend out this line. I'm actually going to mix it with a tiny bit of the first contour shade, just because it is it's a lot cooler than the Kat Von D side. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna very lightly just do my temples. So looking at the two powders, because this is on my bad side and I know what my bad side looks like, I feel like I did a really good job on this side. Normally my redness shows through on this side and that makes my contour not show up as sharp, but I feel like this has come out really nice and it's actually kind of very natural as well, and it's like a very good colour that matches my skin tone, which helps with making it look natural. Where on this side it looks like my bad side, where normally I can get a really nice sharp contour, but it's not looking that way. Also it is very, the shades that I was using were very cool tone. However, it has blended out quite nicely as long as you're using the right amount of product. It doesn't look, too muddy or too cakey. As long as you spend the time, as long as you take the time to, work slowly with a small amount of product and blend it out, it still looks really nice. And I feel like because they're both kind of, not any sharp contours, they're matching really well right now. So I'm semi-pleased with that. Once again, looking up a little bit more close, I can see the powder is catching onto my creases a lot more, making them a lot more profound. However, it's not doing anything like that on the cheeks. But yeah. So my overall conclusion is pretty much I like both of them. I think they're really good. I would probably overall like the Kat Von D one better, just because it's a lot easier to blend. I said if you want to use the Australis one, you have to spend a lot more time blending it out using a small amount of product, and so if you're in a rush, I wouldn't even go near this because I feel like it takes a lot of time to make it look nice and blended, whereas if you're in a rush and you just plop it on, it's going to look muddy and horrible and no one wants that. Whereas the Kat Von D one, it's a lot easier to blend. It's, you can do it way quicker. So if you're in a rush, it doesn't matter if you're using this. Also, I prefer the colours in this. This one was quite cool toned, whereas this one was a little bit more warm toned, but it wasn't, super warm, which is what I like. So I probably prefer the colour selection in this. So overall, I'd probably recommend the Kat Von D one if you can afford to fork out that extra $50 for the palette. It is very pricey. So anyway, that is pretty much the end of my little review comparison of the two products. If you guys have tried both of the products, leave your comments down below which one you prefer, the AC on Tour or the Kat Von D one. Let us all know down below in the comments. And yeah, I shall see you guys next week. Anyway guys, I hope you guys have a great week and I shall see you next time. Bye! I also got with this, I got a free Manuka honey gel which I used to have in a really little bottle, and what I would do with this is I'd put it on any pimples and literally I'd wake up the next morning and they'd be gone.